Okay guys, so today we are going to work on lab number 5, Internet Security course. In this particular lab, we are going to learn bash scripting. I hope some of you guys might heard of bash scripting before. Some of you guys might be familiar with that. If you're not familiar with that, this tutorial, this video is going to be really helpful for you guys. And if you are already familiar with bash scripting, you did that. So it is just to brush up your previous knowledge. Okay. In the bash scripting, what we are in this particular lab, what we are going to do, we are going to design 4 types of tools. One is the ping scanner. We'll take input from user and we will send ping packets to that particular user defined domain or IP address. Then the second is reconnaissance on domain, like who is collection of information about a domain module. Again, it will take input from user and it will present a DNS report. Port scanning, open port, close port, user defined domain or IP address, vulnerability scanning, and finally we will design our master script which will combine everything. It's going to be our final module, like the output of all these whatever we did. So that's kind of your own reconnaissance tool. So where we use bash scripting, first of all, you need to understand that most of the Linux command, or not most of the Linux command, in fact, if you guys use Kali Linux. So Kali Linux terminal is itself constructed or designed in bash. So this terminal is designed in bash and it only understands the bash commands. Okay. You can, it's not necessarily that you need to use bash. You can use dash as well. There are plenty of shell script writing languages, shell scripting modules are available, but most of the Linux platforms, they use bash. The best thing about bash is it provide you or it gives you the same power as of any other programming language, just like you can say Python or any other. I mean, it supports all the conditional statement functions, everything. Okay. And it typically we use bash for you can say for automating of the task. So let me just define you few things about bash and then we will start designing our tool. So first thing is, if you want to actually see which particular shells my operating system supports, so you need to type here cat as you know to print out something, etc shells. So it will basically tell you which particular shells your operating system supports. And we are going to use this one, the bash, and that's basically the one which your Kali Linux terminal is designed with. Bash stands for born again shell. That's basically advanced form of shell, in fact. Uh, in and let me show you which bash we are going to use and where it is located. So just type wish bash. So it will tell you which particular shell we are going to use by default or this terminal is designed with. So if you see bin bash, that's basically all the libraries of bash are located under bin bash. Okay, so whenever you type any command in bash or anything like that, it refers to this particular directory, or you can say this particular library. Um, if let me just show you a few more things and then we will actually design. So to create a shell script, let me firstly create my script on my desktop so you guys can see accordingly. So to create a script, just type touch. I believe everybody knows that. Touch, and let's say script name. For example, we're gonna design a ping scanner. So let me just name it ping.sh. So when you type touch ping.sh, it will create a shell file on your desktop. I think it's created on my. Okay, so let me remove that one. Ping.sh. Okay, now let me just get to my desktop because I like to actually put all those stuff on my desktop. I mean, it's hard. It's not hard, of course, but it's good to have something on the desktop. So that's why. Okay, so pardon me for that, please. So let's get to desktop and let me create that script. Touch ping.sh. Now, if you see down here, this is basically the shell script. Although it's a text file, we need to write down the source coding inside the shell script. Then it will become a real shell script, in fact. So let me show you how it exactly works. If we minimize this now and open it up. So the first thing is we need to define which from where, whenever you compile it or whenever you execute this script, from where it will get the instructions. Like you need to give the path of your shell script. If you remember which bash, if you see down here, right here, which bash. So we need to actually define this location here. So what I'm going to do is I will open it up, and you can use any kind of text editor. Some people they use Nano, some people use gedit, leafpad, or stuff like that to open this file. So okay, so just define here bin bash. Okay, and let's say if you wanna, for example, if you just wanna print out something, so just type echo welcome to scripting. Welcome to scripting. So now what will happen whenever you put anything after echo? Echo is basically a command, predefined command. Echo means print out. Just like in Java, we use system.out. So welcome to scripting. If you save this now, and if I go up here, try to run the script, you can see here when you define, automatically it will change the icon. Okay, so let me run it. Ping.sh. So /ping.sh. It didn't let you run. Why? Because of the permissions. Let me check to show you the permissions. ls -l and ping.sh. So you can see here we do have the permission to read write, but we don't have permission to execute it. So in order to execute it, of course, chmod 777 or +x, whatever you like to do. And then if you run it now, you can see welcome to scripting. Whatever you wrote inside this script, you see welcome to scripting. Now in bash scripting, there are two types of variables. There are two types of variable. One of the variable is called system variable. Okay, one of the variable is called system variable. System variables are basically those variables which are predefined. And whenever you put this hashtag and type something after hashtag, it is basically a comment, like it will not be executed. So system variables are basically which are predefined. User don't have to define them. For example, let's say if you echo, let's say if I just want to echo bash. Okay, so just type echo $sign and bash. So whenever you put a $sign, you can print out and you can call a variable. So bash is a predefined variable. It is called system variable. Okay, so echo system variable. Let me write it down here. Echo. These are system variables. So now what will happen? It will print out these are system variables. Echo bash. What echo bash will do, it will actually print out which particular bash you are going to use. Which bash is going to be used, like Bing bash, like this will be basically printed out. And if you just type here echo, and let's say another predefined system variable is bash, bash and version. So it will tell you which variant of bash we are going to use, or by default it use echo. For example, let's say print the work directory pwd. Okay, and let's say if you wanna print out anything else, like there are plenty of system variables which are predefined. You don't have to actually create these variables. If you want the data, or if you want to use their data, you can directly print them out. Okay, so let me show you. If I just execute my script now, if you go back, ping.sh. Now you guys can see here, welcome to scripting. These are the system variables. If you see, this was bash, this is the variant of bash, and that's basically print the work directory. Right now I'm on the desktop. Okay, these are predefined variables. Other than that, there are some variables which user can define. So if user wants to define some variable, so let me put here user variables. Okay, so if user want to define a variable, you can put a value inside it. Let's say name equal to, I have created a variable called name equal to, for example, Mark. Okay, now if I just want to see what is inside the name, so just echo. So you can type here your name is $sign and name. So now what will happen? It will print out whatever is saved inside this name, and what is that? That is Mark. Okay, so this is called user variable, where user can define it, or you can also take input from user as well. So let me show you guys. If we do this, if I run it now, you can see down here, these are the system variables, and this is basically the user variable. Your name is Mark. If you see, the name is Mark. So this is just some basic idea here, or you can do one thing more. You can actually take input from user. Let's say you can ask the user to enter something. Echo, let's say, please enter your name. Okay, so please enter your name. No, it will display enter your name. But in order to take input from user, we use a command called read. and save the. So now whatever user will input here, it will be stored inside this variable, and then it will actually print it out. Let me show you guys. Now if we run this here, enter your name, for example, Alice, you can see your name is Alice. And I just put minus n here to take the input on the same line. Okay, if you don't put minus n, doesn't make any difference. It will still allow the user to enter the name. So this is just a small introduction of the system variable and user variable. User variable is something which user input, system variable which are predefined. Okay, now let's move on to our assignment. It says design a ping scanner, take input from users, send ping packets to the target IP address of the domain. So let's see how we can design something like that. So let's see if I just remove everything from here. Okay, so if you just type here echo, and let me create a variable. Okay, let me create a variable called just echo. If you just type echo, it will print out a blank line. Echo, no, two blank lines. If I just create a variable called break equal to, and let me just put this thing between the variable. Now if you see what will happen here, the break variable has this particular data inside it. Okay, so now if I just echo $break, because break is a variable now, so whenever you call a variable, you need to actually put a $sign here. Okay, so now it will print out this thing. Let me show you guys. If we run it, if I run it now, ping.sh, sorry about that, let me save this. I think I didn't save that. Okay, no, let me see. Okay, great. So you can see here, these are the two blank lines, and then this is basically the break variable. If you see, this is my break variable. So two blank line, break is variable, has this thing. Let's say if I just put after this echo welcome, or you can say ping scanner designed, because whatever you put after echo between the quotes, it will be printed out as it is. So ping scanner designed by security professionals. Okay, that's the name of your company, or you can put your name here. Let me just put equal here. Okay, now echo and the variable again, break. Let me save this. Now what should happen here? Two blank lines, then the break variable is created. It will not display because we didn't echo this break line, this thing. This will be between this and I mean, it's just a border for this thing again. Let me run it now. You can see here two blank lines, ping scanner designed by security professional incorporation. Okay, now let me just put something here. You can put all the command, whichever the command you want to. You can actually put all those command here. So I just actually put it right in the center here. Okay, so it looked good. Now let's say if you want to send a ping packet, so just type ping. Okay, and let's say if you want to send a ping packet to google.com, so just type ping and then www.ggc, for example, .edu. For example, let's send a ping packet to ggc. So now what will happen? It will send a ping packet because it's a ping is a command. So ping command is already defined. So if I show you guys here, it will display that thing, and then you see here ping ggc.edu. They will send ping packets. I mean, because we didn't define the ping packets here, so they will actually keep sending the ping packets over and over and over. So I'm gonna actually terminate here. So as you know, if you want to send a ping packet, let's say if you type ping -c3, now it will send 3 ping packets. Let's say www. For example, google.com. Now they will actually send 3 ping packets to google.com. Okay, and show you whether Google has received your ping packets or not. You will see the result. You can see we tried to send 3 packets, like and they didn't receive any packet, so 100% loss. So -c3 defined how many packets you want to send. If you don't define them, there will be no limit. They will keep sending the packets. Okay, so it has to be reflected here. Let's say ping -c4, for example, and let's say here cnn.com. Okay, so now it should actually display this thing and send 4 ping packet to cnn.com. You can see down here, they have started sending ping packet to CNN.com. And again, they will send 4 ping packets, by the way. Okay, 4 packets, 100% loss. I believe everybody knows that why they don't they don't receive the packet, because of the DOS attack and everything. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take input from user, like whatever, which website you want to input. Like I don't want to define by my own. I ask the user, why don't you define? So let's ask the user echo. Let's say please. Let's put a blank line here. It look good. And let's say please enter the domain or IP address, because we can it will work either way. IP address to be pinged. Okay, so now 4 ping packet, and let's say, because we need to take input from user, so let me just put -n here so it will come on the same line. And let's say to take input from user, read, and let's say ping. Ping is basically a command, so we can't use that. Pong, for example. So pong is a variable. Wherever user will enter, it will be stored inside the pong. And let me just make it pong. So whatever user will input here, it will be stored inside the pong, and then it will send 4 ping packet to pong. Let me save it and let's run it. You will see here that it will ask the user to enter the web address. You can see here, please enter the domain or IP address to be pinged. Let's say www.google.com. Now you can see whatever user asks for, they will send 4 ping packets to google.com and display you the result. Let me terminate it and let's open it up. Now you can also define it how many ping packets you want to send. Like you can automate this phone number as well. So you can do here echo -n, please enter how many ping packets you want to send. So it will be user defined again. User will define how many ping packet user has to send. So again, to take input from user, read, and let's say pack. Okay. So now pack is a variable where user will enter the number, and this number will go here. And let's say pack. So pack will have a number. Pong will have the IP address or domain address. Okay. When the packet will close, let me show you guys this, and then we will move ahead. Let me run it. It says enter the domain name to be pinged. Let's say cnn.com. Now, please enter how many ping packet you want to send. Let's say 2 ping packets. Let's send 2 ping packets. So it will be C2. So 2 will be saved in pack. You can see down here 2 packets, no received. That's fine. Okay, so now after that, let's say you can actually put a message here. Let me just copy this again and say here like something like thanks for using the tool or something like that. Okay, just for a courtesy. Paste, and you can say here ping completed and thanks for using the tool. If I save this, and now let me run it. Enter, let's say ggc.edu packet. Let's say 1 packet. We'll send 1 packet to ggc.edu. Let's see if they receive it or not. So you can see here, no packet has been received. We have sent 1 packet, ping completed. Thanks for using the tool. That's it. So please take a screenshot of this script. Okay, and please take a screenshot of the script, and it will go down here, part 1. Okay, where we take the input from user and we send the ping packet to user defined website. On to part number 2, modify the above script so it allows the user to upload a text file having domain names, IP address to be pinged, and the module can scan the text file. Let's see how we can do that. So in order to do that, let me just create a new script, or you can modify this script. Let me just modify this script. Okay, let me just modify the script. You can create a new script. Let me just create a new script. So everybody, if you guys want to see, okay, so let me just create a new script, touch, and let's say CUS ping.sh. And again, as you know, smart 777, so we need to make it executable, cus.sh. And again, those who are using nano, so they just have to type nano and the script name. If you want to use the gedit, you have 2017, you can directly open it, or just type gedit and the name of the tool, it will open that one. So I like to open it directly. This is basically the script. As you know, firstly we need to tell the compiler where the libraries and instructions are. It's going to be hashtag bin bash, and now let me just blank line. Okay, before we do that, what we need to do is, since we want the user to actually create a text file or put all the websites in a text file and then send the ping packet, what we can do here is, let me just create a text file in my root directory. So let me show you how we can get to root directory. So places computer, and let me go to root. Let me create a text file. So you can actually create a text file. I think I already did that, but let me do it one more time. Right click, open terminal, and let me create a text file here. Touch, let's say url.txt. Okay, text file is created here. Open it up and type few websites which you wanna, let's say ping, or for example ping, let's say www.facebook.com, www.ggc.edu, or you can define any other website as well, www.cnn.com. okay, let me save it and close it. So if I show you guys in my terminal, cat url.txt, so this is basically 3 websites are inside my text file. Okay, so I'm going to write a script which can scan these this text file line by line and send the ping packet based on these website, in fact, for example. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So let me coming back to my this ping script. Okay, so let's create a variable again, the break variable, just for the aesthetics. Okay, and let me just type here echo break this variable, so it will print out this equal sign and echo, for example, welcome to ping scanner module. Okay, let me just slightly move it to the middle, something like that, and let me echo the break again. Okay, now what we did is nothing special, exactly the same thing. If you see down here, it will print 2 blank lines. I created this variable break, and then I print it out, and then it will print out the border. It will be printed out. Let me show you guys, so you should see that what we are doing here. Let me clear everything. ping.sh. You can see down here, this is what we have designed. Welcome to ping scanner module. Okay, so now first thing is, let's take input from user and ask the user to put the location. Okay, so echo -n for the same line. Please enter the location of the text file. Okay. Text file in which you have the websites or IP addresses to be pinged. Okay, to take input from user, read, and let me just name it, for example, location. Okay, location is the variable now. So what will happen now, it will take input from user has to input the location here. This location will be stored inside the location variable. Okay, there are 2 possibilities. Now there are 2 possibilities. One of the possibility is if user does not enter anything. If user does not enter anything, we need to check the null response. Just check it out. Let's say check null response. Like say, for example, if user does not enter any location, why we need to send a ping packet, or where we need to send ping packet if there is no location, if the user does not enter anything. So we are going to actually put a if condition here. If -z, so if -z mean null. What is null? If this variable location variable is null, there is nothing inside this variable, then these spaces are very important. So there is a gap here, gap after that as well. Then echo blank line, echo you did not enter any location. If you did not enter any location, then you can exit out, and to close the if statement, file like flip of if. And then let's say echo if they have entered something, you have entered this location. You have entered this location. Which location? Location variable. So now this is just for the testing purposes. If you see what will happen, what should happen here. Let me repeat. We will take input from user. User input is please enter the location of text file. Whatever user will enter, it will be stored inside this variable. If user does not enter anything, it means if location is empty. So if -z mean empty, it will chunk for empty. If this location is -z empty, then it will echo you did not enter anything, and it will exit out like complete, I mean fully exit out. But if this condition is false, like -z mean if this location is not empty, then it will echo you have entered this location. Let me show you guys how it will work. Okay, so let's see. Enter any location of the text file. Let's say if you don't enter anything, you did not enter anything. Let's say if you enter the location, if you remember the location is it's the root and url.txt. You can see here you have entered this location, root url.txt. Okay, now we don't need this. Okay, now there is a possibility, let me just put a colon here so just to separate it. Now there is a possibility, for example, user has entered a location but file is not there. How we can check the file? So we can here check the file or directory. If there is no file like that, so how we can check that? Again, we need to put a conditional statement here. If condition here, space, exclamation, -f, like the file, whatever user has entered here. If file, we are scanning the directory, whole directory here. If file is not at that location, whatever user has entered, this file is not located in the directory, like it will scan the whole root directory, it's not there, then echo, you can type here, for example, 404 file not found, something like that. Okay, just an error message, and exit out, and then close the statement 5. Okay, let me, and for example, if the location is there, so you can type here echo file exists. So let me repeat what we did. If you see down here, this is basically just to check whether this input is empty or not. Then we checked this file directory, like whatever user has entered, whether this file exists in the root directory or not. If you just put -f, it will scan the whole root directory. If it would be on the desktop, you need to define here. Okay, but I just put it under the root directory, so it will by default scan the whole root directory. If the file, this symbol mean not exist, then it will print this, like you have entered the wrong location. If file exists there, then it will print out this thing. Okay, else, it's kind of else. Let me run it again. And let's say if you don't enter anything, you can see you did not enter any location, exit out. Let's say if you enter location here, let's say root, and file name is, let's say yes.txt. So you can see file not found. Why? Because yes.txt is not right there. So if I enter here, location is root, and for example, if I enter here, root and url.txt, enter, then you can see the file exists. It means file is right there. Okay. Now let's see what we have to do, how we can read out the file. In order to read out the file, we can actually read out the file. We can open the file using cat, and then we can actually read the file one by one. Or we can actually use a for loop as well to read the file okay, and send a ping packet. Now to read the file, I'm going to use for loop, and let me create a variable I. I is empty variable in what I'm going to upload I. This is basically to create a variable. Cat will print it out. What it will print out? The location. Okay, it will open the location variable. Okay, location variable where the file is stored, whatever user has input, and display the first location. And what we need to do is, then it will do, let's say, ping the first location. Let me send 2 ping packets, for example, 2 ping packets, and the location which is stored inside the I. Okay, and then you can actually, I mean, it's fine. I mean, it will send it, and then you can display echo and put here the first, or you can say ping completed for I. Okay, this one, and then done to complete it. Now basically what's going to happen, let me explain you guys this logic. For loop, I just put a for loop. I is an empty value. I'm loading, what I'm loading here is the location which has that url.txt file. Whatever, it will open that location, print out that location, and the first line it will print out. Cat mean first, it will actually print out whatever is inside that. It will print out the first line, load inside I, and then it will do ping, send 2 ping packet to the first, whatever the first line is going to be, and it will print out the ping completed for this one. Then what will happen if it is not complete? Then it will move to the pointer, will move to the second value, load inside I, send the ping packet, and third, fourth, fifth, and then it will be completed. Done is used to complete the for loop. Okay, let's try whether this code works or not. Let me clear everything. Okay, let's run it. Please enter the location of the file. It is root url.txt. You can see the first was facebook.com. It should send 2 ping packet to facebook.com. You can see ping completed for facebook.com. No, it is basically going for ggc.edu. You can actually put a separator here as well. I'll show you how we can do that. So ggc is completed, 2 packet, no received, then CNN, the third one. You can see here it has completely scanned the text file, and there were only 3 websites. You can see ping is completed for CNN.com as well. And you can actually put here a border. Like after that, let me put here echo and a break. The break variable, this break variable. Okay. Now if you run it, root url.txt, and now firstly facebook.com. Once Facebook scan or ping will be completed, it will put a small border here. You can see the border, and then the second one. Okay, anyway, so this is basically this is the script. If anybody will have any problems, any issues, didn't understand anything, just let me know. I can explain you guys. Write down the code, try to do something new, try your own logics, and just discuss with me as well. Okay, and paste this screenshot will go under the part 2. Let's move to part number 2 then. That's reconnaissance of a domain. I believe everybody, most of you guys are already familiar with these websites from where you can find information about the domain names, like website.informer.com. You can put here, for example, ggc.edu, search. It will give you information about GGC, when the domain was created, hosting company, and if you further scroll down, you can see who is like the CIO and other information about the domains, IP addresses, location of hosting company, etc. There are many websites like that. One is into DNS.com. This is another one through which you can find, let's say, ggc.edu. If you get the report from here, it will tell you all the report about that domain. It is helpful for the reconnaissance purposes. There are many websites like that. So how we can create a script which can take input from user and redirect the user to these domain. It's a very simple script, and let me create a script. Touch let's say dns.sh. The script is created, and now smart thing again, smart 777 dns.sh. Okay, now everything is okay. Now we can open this script and write it down. Okay, so let's see. First of all, as you know, we need to tell the compiler about the bash bin bash, two blank lines. Again, as you know, I like to create these borders, so you can actually create without a border, doesn't matter. Echo, let's say DNS reconnaissance tool designed by me. Okay, slightly, let's make it in the center. Okay, it's in the center now. Let me put again a border echo. So right now what we did, two blank lines will be printed out. I created a variable called break. Inside the variable I just put this particular thing, echo, print out this variable, print out this thing, print out that thing. Now let's take an input from user, echo -n to take input on the same line. Please enter the domain name, Okay, sorry about that. I have my kids here, so anyway, so please enter the domain name. Okay, so enter the domain name here. So whatever the domain they will enter, let me take read, and let's say save inside DNS. So I created a variable, whatever user will enter, it will be stored inside the DNS. Okay, now again, there is a possibility user might not enter anything. So if they don't enter anything, we can again check for null response. Null response means if they have not entered anything. So again, if -z, like if the variable is empty, if -z, what is empty? Domain, whatever, sorry, DNS. If the DNS is empty, then what we need to do, then we can echo, for example, echo you did not enter any domain. Okay, if they did not enter any domain, let's exit out and close the if statement. Okay, but if they enter something, if they have entered anything, you can actually put here, let's say echo starting recon on user website. Which website? Starting recon on DNS, whatever user has entered. So we are going to start reconnaissance on this. Let me just tell you another thing. If you want to engage the user, so if you type here read -p, enter or press enter to continue. Press enter to continue. So unless user enter anything from the keyboard, this command or this particular, you can say the script will not actually execute further. So read -p is basically to take input from user. After that, after taking input from user, what we're going to do is we need to open the website, or you can download the website and display. I mean, either way will work. But let me just tell you the easiest way. We need to turn on our Firefox. Let's open Firefox, because it's in the Kali Linux, so Firefox will be already there. Firefox, and let me just put a sleep here. Sleep means just a delay. Delay for, let's say, 4 seconds. It will open Firefox and it will sleep for 4 seconds. And then let me get the location. Firefox in a new tab. Okay, in a new tab, and what? Let's say the website is website.informer.com. Let's say ggc.edu. If you see dot here, it will directly redirect to ggc.edu. I mean, this is basically the format. So let me right click here, copy, and open it up and paste down here. So now instead of ggc.edu, I mean, I want the user to visit this particular link or redirect the user to this link, but whatever user has entered. So rather than ggc.edu, I'm going to put my variable DNS. So whatever user will enter, it will be stored inside the DNS and it will directly go up right here. If your user does not enter anything, so it will exit out. Otherwise, this will be open. Let's say if you wanna open another tab, in fact. So let me put a sleep between them. Sleep for 5 seconds. Firefox and minus new minus tab, and let's say the second website was I think it was into dns.com. Let's see if the website is still here. Let's say ggc.edu, and if you get the report, that's again very simple. This is basically the URL. We need to copy this, again open, and let me paste down here. So ggc.edu will be again replaced with my user defined variable DNS, the user variable. Save. Okay, that's it. Let's try this. Let me save that now, and let's see how it goes. So let's see, let's run the script. Okay, so .dns.sh. So again, DNS tool designed by me. Please enter the domain. For example, www.google.com. Google.com. I'll just enter google.com. So google.com. So starting Recon on google.com, press enter to continue. There's a delay. Firefox will open first. Then google.com website.informer, 5-second delay. The next tab, which is into dns.com for google.com. So this is we can download these websites. There is a command called wget. I will tell you guys in the class. If anybody will be interested, I'll tell you how we can take a copy of this and display that on our users interface, like right here. Everything will be displayed out here. So this is basically the script. If you will have any questions, any issues, please do bring it up in the class. Okay, just take a screenshot of this, please, and paste it under part 2. All right, so let's move to part 3, which is the port scanning tool. How we can design our own port scanning tool, which can take input from user and scan that particular port. Very simple. Let me show you. For example, if you want to do a port scanning here, just type nmap. And if you just type nmap and the IP address or a DNS, it will scan. It will send the ping. It will scan all the 1000 port. If you type here -s, it is for small s. It is for the port scanning. -s, it's basically the SYN port scan, and then you can define a port. For example, let's say port number 80, or let's say 80. Let's say www.ggc.edu. So what it will do is it will use nmap tool. Send the SYN scan, stealth scan. We already talked about. If not, then I will tell you guys. Port number 80 of ggc.edu. Now, if you see, it will scan specifically. It will scan port 80 for ggc.edu and tell you guys whether this port is open or closed or filtered. Open means port is open. It's running. Service application is running. Closed means application is not running, and filtered means protected with a firewall. Okay. If anybody will have any question about the port scanning, do let me know. I can explain you guys in the class. So let's see how we can automate this task. Very simple again, just like we did the ping thing. We just have to take input from user about porty, which port number, and we just have to take input from user the website or IP address. Okay. So let's actually let's check it out how we can. Okay. So now I'm going to access my desktop. And let's create a script here. Touch. Script name is, for example, scan.sh, port scanning. And I'm going to scan this. Let me shmod thing again. Shmod 777 scan.sh. Okay, now everything is good. Open the script where it is scan.sh. Okay, so starting again with the same thing. As you know, we need to tell the compiler where the bash is. Bin bash. Let's put blank line echo, blank echo line. Then we create again break equal to, for example, something like that. some plus signs, some equal signs, okay, and then echo this border or the variable, then echo again, welcome to port scanner designed by UK. Okay, again, let me slightly bring it in the middle. Look good. And now let's echo and break. Okay, now it will print out everything. Interface is designed. Let's take input from user and let's take input from user. Okay, so echo -n, please enter IP address or domain to be scanned. Okay, to be scanned. So whatever user will enter, we will store it under DNS, for example, again. And let's say after that, we can ask the user which port they want to scan. Okay, so -n, please enter the port number or numbers. Okay, because we can put a comma and then we can actually do scan the multiple port. Enter the port number to be scanned. Okay, and then read, let's say port, or let's say num. For example, num is basically whatever user will enter, it will be stored inside that. Just echo, for example, let's put break variable, echo port scanning is started. Okay, just actually a separation, or you can say just a notification, something kind of thing. And then let's take input from user, read -p, press enter to continue. Okay, so when user will hit enter, so let me just again echo break, and let's say nmap and -s the command, -p the port number whatever user has entered, is going to be num space the web address, the DNS. So it's going to be DNS or the IP address. So this is the command nmap -ss port -p the port number whatever user will enter space the website. Okay, once it will be completed, we can put here echo break echo scan completed, echo break. Okay, let's try now how this code works. Very simple code. Let me quickly explain you guys. This is, as you know, as usual, we took input from user, the website which they want to scan, then we ask them to enter the port number, and that's the actual command. If you see, this is the actual command which is basically doing the port scanning. So let me save it and see how it goes. Let it clear. So scan.sh, IP address or the domain, let's say google.com, port number to be scanned, let's say port 25, enter to continue. You can see they have started nmap and specifically port number 25. You can see down here port 25 is filtered, SMTP, filtered mean protected with a firewall. That's a great thing. Scan is completed. Okay, so that's your port scanning tool, how we can design that. Just take a screenshot of this. Do let me know if anybody will have any question or anything to discuss. So you can see down here, by using these bash scripting, we can automate the task. Okay, if anybody will have any question, please do let me know. Please take a screenshot of this and paste under your task number 3, task 3, port scanning. Okay guys, so let's move on to part number 4, vulnerability assessment tool and social engineering. Again, a simple thing. I'm going to automate the things. We are not going to create our own vulnerability assessment tool? We can. If anybody will be interested in doing that, please do let me know. Reach me out. We can actually work on it as a project number 2, because there's a project number 2 which will be based on bash scripting. If anybody is interested in designing the advanced level, their own port scanning tool, their own vulnerability assessment tool, do let me know. Okay. Okay. So let's see how we can actually create a vulnerability assessment tool. So in order to do that, again, let me create a new script, vul.sh, and smart thing again, 777 vul.sh. Oh, sorry, vul.sh. Okay, let me open it up. This tool again. It's going to be vul.sh. My kids had attacked again. Just give me 1 second, please. All right, so let's again we need to define where the bash we need to use. Bin bash. Then let's say blank line. We can actually take input from user. We are going to use a tool called Nikto. Nikto has a very simple tool, just one command, and you can actually scan any website. Let's say, let me just design a simple one rather than putting those stuff. So let's echo -n, please enter the domain to be scanned for vulnerabilities. Okay, so they will enter for vulnerabilities, or I just put one. Okay, vulnerabilities. To take input from user, read, and then say DNS again. And let's say after doing that, echo scan has started. Scan has started on the website which user has entered, which is DNS. Let me take input from user again. Press enter to continue. And let's say press enter to continue, and the tool name is Nikto. So the command is Nikto -h and whatever user will input. Okay, so Nikto -h is for the host, and you can define the host and it will run. Once this will be completed, you can put echo. Once it will be completed, echo. Let's say, let me just put this because I didn't create that variable, and then echo scan completed. Scan completed. Once the scan will be completed, you can put it in the middle, somewhere in the middle. Scan completed, and let me just put this echo again. Let me copy it again. It would be good if you guys create a variable first, like we did it before. Okay, so scan completed, and then let's say if you wanna ask him to read -p, press enter to start social engineering module. Okay, if they want to enter, echo, close that, echo, and let's say once they enter it, SE tool kit. Okay, it will start SE toolkit afterwards. Very simple. Again, whatever user will input, it will be stored here inside the DNS, and then we will run Nikto scan. Once scan will be completed, it will ask the user if you want to start social engineering. Once they hit enter, blank line, and social engineering toolkit tool will be started. Simple again. Let's see how it goes. Well.sh. Enter the domain name to be scanned. For example, let's say test php.vulweb.com. Nikto has started. You can see down here they have started scanning this website. You can see not present, is not defined. The header hint could be agent. This website is a vulnerable website. If you guys remember, this website is vulnerable to SQL injection and some other stuff, so that's why I picked up this website. Now scan. Once the scan will get completed, it will take few seconds. Then you will see it will allow you to enter, and then you can actually run the social engineering thing. So let me just stop the video here and let it complete. So it's still taking for longs, but again the thing is, once the scan will get completed, what's going to happen? Once it will be get completed, it will again ask you guys to press enter for the social engineering module, and it will definitely run for that. SE toolkit is basically the command. Let me show you guys how this command look like. If I terminate this one, you can see scan is completed. I just terminated the previous one. Enter. If you just hit enter this, you can see social engineering module will get completed. Okay, then you can select the social engineering module, whatever. Let's say one for social engineering and whatever other stuff is, which we already did this in the previous lab. Okay, so let's move on to our last task, which is combine all the script and design a master script. So let me just make a fifth part video. Okay, so have to design a master script, the main script. First of all, the master script should be in the same directory in which all these small scripts are. Okay, you have to make sure all these scripts should be in the same directory in which you have the master script. So let me create, let me get to my desktop. And let's get to the create a master script name. Let's say master.sh, smart thing again. Okay. So once you do that, these are the three exactly same commands that we have been doing for others. Now let me open the master script. Let me just slightly make it, look good. So again, firstly, the same command, bin bash, blank line, and then echo. Let me create a variable break. Okay. Again, the break variable having all these stuff here. Then echo this variable break. And let me just put here echo. Welcome to reconnaissance tool, reconnaissance and scanning tool designed by UK. Like, I mean, you can put your name slightly. Let me just make it in the middle. Okay, and let's make it echo and echo break, so it will become a border. It's exactly the same thing that we have been doing for others. Now let me just type here echo 1, or you can say press 1. Put here press 1 for, let's say, for what we did. Press 1 for, let's say, ping scanner. Let's say ping scanner. Press 1 for ping scanner. Scanner. Okay. And let's say echo. Press 2 for, let's say, port scanner. And let's say echo. Press 3 for, let's say, what else we have designed? DNS Recon. Okay, because these are the tools which we have designed. Then press 4 for, what else we have designed? Vulnerability scanner. Great. 4 for vulnerability scanner. Okay, we just have to connect our tools with that, and then echo, or you can just take input from user. Let's say echo, and then let's say read, let's say user choice. So you can actually, or you can actually type here echo, please enter your choice. And to take input in the same line, -n, and user choice is going to be read choice. Whatever user has entered, it's going to the choice. And then you can actually echo you chose, or you have chosen choice, whatever user has entered here. Okay, and then you can actually do if else conditions. We can use if again, or we can use switch. So let's use a switch here, case, and then choice, whatever is the choices. Okay, whatever is in the choice in, let's load in. The first is the okay, so this is basically the switch. If you see down here, this is basically the switch here. So whatever user will enter, whatever his user has chosen, let's say if user put 1, so in the 1 we are going to run a script ping, I think it is ping.sh. It's in the same directory, and then to semicolon. Number 2, if user entered 2, I mean if the choice is 2, then it will go to 1, it will go to this, it will run this. If choice is going to be, for example, 2, so it's going to be port dot, or I think it is port or scan, what it is. It is the thing scan.sh. So it's going to be scan.sh. It will run this particular script. If user enter 3, it will enter, then it will run dns.sh. If user enter 4, so it will run vul.sh. If user enter other than 1, 2, 3, 4, so you can actually put here, let's say echo, sorry, invalid input or invalid choice. User enters something else other than this. Okay, and to close this case, just flip it es, just like if became phi, so it has become ESAC. So if you see the flip of this, it will close this statement. Let me save this. Very simple. The modules should be these ping.sh, scan.sh. These modules should be in the same directory in whichever main module is. Okay, let me save this. Let me run it now. Master.sh. Great. 1 for ping scanner, 2 for port scanner, 3 for DNS, 4 for vulnerability scanner. Let me just use port scanner number 2. So if you see, welcome to port scanner. We designed that. ggc.edu, port number 443. Enter to continue. Now they will scan port number 43 and tell you whether the port is open, closed, filtered. Definitely it's an open port. It's HTTPS, I believe everybody knows that. You can see it is done. If you run the scan again, let's say if you want to do DNS number 3, domain ggc.edu, continue. Here we go. Perfect. So that's it about the lab number 5, and I will upload the instructions for the project. Project is directly related to what we have done here in this scripting thing. So if anybody will have any questions, anything, any advanced thing, if you guys are interested in learning that, please do let me know. So that's it about lab number 5. Okay, so just take a screenshot of this thing, okay, this script or anything, whatever you like. Just try to be innovative, try to use some different colors, different schemes in the output. Okay, so thank you.